Okay, we're back with the Space Needle, people. Hello. I'm back with the Space Needle, the Hoover Dam, and the Golden Gate Bridge. But we're going to start with the Space Needle, right? Because this time of year is important. We've just had May Day, and we are still in that time zone, if you like. Well, we're still in May, all right? So. And of course, the month of May is going to be very important, seeing as we're all stuck inside Mary right now. The month of May probably would be an important time for, maybe something significant to happen. So, bearing that in mind, and I'll get back to this here in just a second, but I just want to bring up some numbers before we get started. So this is my double cross of Lorraine chart thing. And what I want to talk about, I hope I've tried to make this a little bit clearer to see. I haven't got time to explain the chart. If you're not familiar with the chart, it's in previous videos. But our balance numbers are 11 and 18, okay? The metaphysical and the physical, okay? These are the numbers of man. These are the numbers of the spirit realm, if you like. Whatever you want to call it. The point of being in this reality, I think, is to be able to balance these two things, right? That's what it's got to be about. Otherwise, we might as well just be monkeys jumping around in the jungle, and doing all the fun things that monkeys do, picking lice out of each other's heads. So we want to balance these two sets of numbers, okay? This is how these numbers just show up in our reality to represent the metaphysical and the physical. So we want to balance these two things, right? So if we were going to do a ritual, or if we were going to see things happening in our reality, we would want to see these numbers here balancing, or I don't know, maybe we would see a reference to these numbers in certain situations, right? Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is 5 balances with 8, 11 balances with 18, 14 balances with 23, 20 balances with 33, okay? And you may be able to, crisscross some of these over as well. Who knows the way things really do work. But anyway, May right now, the 5. And what we want to talk about is, so we're in the 5th month now, and tomorrow actually it will be today because it's already 11:54 at night when I'm doing this, and so you'll be seeing this on the 8th of May. Okay, so 5/8, right? Now we've got to remember that in Back to the Future, 85 is heavily referenced as the balance number, yeah? Okay, it's not set in 1985. So we've already got a reference to this balance number. And if you see my other videos, 1118, it just pops up so much, in bits and bobs in that film. And so another number that pops up a hell of a lot as well is 1.21 or 121, right? We are in year 21 right now, so and the start of this whole sequence here starts on 21, right? Anyway, I mean, I could sit and talk about this chart for hours and hours and hours, and I don't really want to. Where I'm getting to, here's the 55 and here's the 88, yeah, out of Back to the Future. And these are the totals for these two columns. So you can see that 5 and 8 is really important as a balance number, because we can just take one of each of these and rebalance, yeah? And we want to also bear in mind this 143, yeah, because this is the total of these two. So, like 1943, Dam Busters, that kind of that kind of idea. Anyway, let's 5/8, right? Now, what is Sunday here in America? England's already had their version of it, but Sunday is Mother's Day here in America. And what are we talking about coming out of? We're talking about coming out of the metaphysical, the fictional mother that we're stuck in, Mary. Okay, Mary or Diana, the moon, any of those things that Eve, any of those things that reflect the female side of things, Venus, any of those things that reflect the metaphysical. That's the thing we're talking about coming out of, okay? Coming out of the matrix, yeah? And we're in May right now, and I don't know, are we going to see some tricks? Who knows? But, anyway, whiffly waffling on, I wanted to make that point, that the following day, the day that's after this, is Mother's Day, okay? Mothering Sunday, yeah? There's a reason why it's called Mothering Sunday, because the mother is mothering the son, yeah? I mean, you just can't write this stuff. Anyway, right, let's just get off of this and let's get back to what I was trying to get started on. And this is the let's just go to a better picture of this. Actually, it's right in here. So we've got, this is the Space Needle, and we'll get onto the Hoover Dam and the other bits and bobs here in a minute. But somewhere in here, if I could ever find it, where is it? Right here. This, now we're in May time. People in England will be shouting at the screen, Dan, that's a maypole. That is a maypole. Okay, yeah, it does look a lot like a maypole, doesn't it? Set up here, yeah. I would argue that the whole bloody thing is a maypole. They've stuck this bit on the top. This is while they were doing renovations, yeah. But I'd argue the whole thing could be a maypole as well. So I've said before, the Space Needle's a beacon, the same thing that Statue of Liberty holds, a beacon. It's the control center, yeah. The thing, where people guide the planes into land or send out the telecom communications from, or the place where you sit up high and observe the world below you, a bit like, the eye in the sky, like God looking down on us, you know what I mean? But anyway, it's also a bloody maypole. I can't, I mean, I don't know how, you just can't, the mind just boggles at how this stuff comes to be. But anyway, it's telling you right here it's a maypole, this little setup on top. The only other thing I want to say is, let's note that this has got the ladder structure coming down the side of it as well. Let's go to the other picture of it again. Okay, we've got a ladder right here, and also the legs themselves. If we can get to a blooming picture of it here, we've got this ladder structure, because this will become relevant here in a minute, and of course it's the Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin, but this is the problem. We're buying a Stairway to Heaven rather than doing it the right way, doing it the balanced way. Let's just whip to the Golden Gate Bridge, because I'm going to show you something now that you may think, Dan, you're reaching too much, or Dan, no, it's making sense. Anyway, we've got the ladder again here. Bear that in mind, because I will come back to this ladder theme here in a little bit. Maybe this will be a better picture. Now, look at this. Look at the way this is draped here. Got this, the central column here, and then look how this is draped. Now, let's go to some pictures of the maypole, because we'll get onto that in a minute. When we're in May time, we all want to dance around the bloody maypole, yeah? And I've talked about the maypole before, this represents man, the binding of man, maybe. the intertwinement of man with Mary, the binding of man with Mary. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of on Pirates of the Caribbean when they're unleashing Calypso and they're all holding the ropes trying to contain her, yeah? And the mast, again, this is the mast of a ship. And what's at the top of the mast of the ship? The crow's nest. The crow's nest? The corona? The crow's nest? I tell you, can't write this stuff. The same idea, you know. But here it is. Here's the Space Needle. Look at this. Look at this image here, right? Pretty cool. The ring with the pole coming up through it. And, you know, what we've got to be careful of is when we're balancing this reality, you know, we're going to reset this. We're going to start back at the top, yeah? Right now. This is what we're talking about. Right now, we're somewhere near the bottom. We're pretty much all bound up. Yeah, we've already done the 12s round and we're already really pretty bound. And so everything's going to unravel and we're going to be, you know, all these strings are going to be coming out from the top again. And at that point, we're not all bound up. I don't know. You can look at it, like I say, you can look at it a million different ways. But let's look at let's look at some different maypoles now. So let's look at, let me find a good image of one so that you can see what I'm talking about with the Golden Gate Bridge. Because if you just look at the side view, and now I can't find one, can I? Okay, what? Dan, come on. You really ought to be better organised than this, mate. Just trying to find one that is. Oh, and the interesting thing about this is, look, let's just look at this real quick. This intertwinement here, what do we get? Diamonds, yeah? This is diamonds being formed here with these ribbons. And, funnily enough, looks like a jester, the Joker, yeah? That's binding us. Interesting again. Like I said, you can look at it a million different ways. But if I could just find, no, I guess this one here, this is not a very good picture. God. I could do with a bigger picture of it. And the problem is when you click on these things and come off of this, now it'll go to something. Look, see, it's just a small little picture. It's no good. I need something big. I'm sorry, I apologise about this, but maybe you can see it from here. But look, you've got the pole coming up in here in the middle. Can you follow my cursor? And then you've got the lines coming out, right? The lines coming out. Okay, just look at the 2D image of this. Just take it 2D now. And look at the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah? You've got the pole coming up and the lines coming out. I know these are coming straight down, but you've got look at how the swoop of this. Yeah? I know people say you're reaching down, but I don't think I am on this, you know. Okay, so we've got a couple of links to the Maypole, yeah. I think good links. I think I think that's what we're dealing with right now. Is this could be a May Day thing, because what we're talking about right now is we are talking about recrowning the May Queen, right? And also recrowning man, right? This is what we're talking about. We're talking about having a reset, yeah, before everything gets bound back together. What I want to do is show you another image of a maypole. This is a German maypole, and we're back to the kind of looking at the telegraph pole again, and the sort of double cross of Lorraine thing again. But all these legs sticking out of here, yeah. We're back to the ladder, yeah. I know we've only got one pole going up there, but we've got the rungs here. Just it's, you know, I mean, you know, we've got the crown, man coming up through the crown. This is the place where you're born from. Here's the ladder legs, the ladder that you've got to climb. Jacob's ladder. Oh, Jacoby. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, then the helipad, the H, the helipad that it lands on. You know, the H again, coming, and the helipad. Yeah, I don't know if you're getting that from this, but that's what I'm getting. Circle with the H in the middle where the helicopter lands. This is where you've got to land, you know. Jacoby Bryant's ladder. Anyway, what else we got here? Oh, this is a better picture to see that sort of swooping thing with the, you know, here's the pole and here's the swoop of the cables holding up the Golden Gate Bridge. There's the May Queen, and so the May Queen would be Mary, you know. And of course, the church has a, you know, a festival around about that time in celebration of Mary as well, and the month is May. Yeah. So, what else do I want to say about this Maypole thing? I got a few other little links to it, but I mean let's just exit a minute and let's just look at the other feast. Well, the feast that is the same feast basically, but with a more traditional Celtic version of it, which is called Beltane, right? And you'll get all the people going on about, oh, look at all these guys, look at us, blooming, what would they say about it? You know, pagan bloody ritual stuff. You know what? We're all we're doing is we're having a bloody bonfire celebrating, you know, the start of the summer basically. You know, this is what we're dealing with here. And actually, interestingly enough, let's look here. Rituals were performed to protect the cattle, crops, and people, encourage growth. You know, rituals. You know, everything's a bloody ritual in life. You know, I mean, there's a lot of people that get super bent out of shape about rituals, and it seems to be a lot of people that preach sort of Christianity type stuff. Well, Christianity is just another bloody ritual, you know. It's all just ritualistic, you know. Unless you can get down, I mean, unless you can get down to the true meaning of it, you know. You know, I don't know. It just winds me up listening to all these people going on about pagan rituals and all this other stuff. What did I want to say about this was something. What basically is happening is they're turning. This was interesting as well because I can't remember it here. Look. The big. Here it is. Okay. The first of summer. It marked the beginning of summer and was when cattle were driven out to the summer pastures. It reminds me of the start of Mars Attacks. Yeah, the cattle are on fire. Yeah, and they're running out. Are they running out to pasture on fire? Bonfires, yeah, bonfires. And what's interesting is that it's fairly close. Kind of bonfire night in England is a November thing, but it's kind of got intermixed with Halloween now. But bonfire night is the 5th of November, yeah. And that again, I've talked about relating back to the 1118. And of course, November, if you do the clock calendar, it balances with May, yeah. So the 11th month balances with the 5th month. And then we can start changing months around and changing into different calendars, but I'm not doing that today. But anyway, yeah, so we're back to the Kobe thing, the Kobe beef. And his helicopter caught fire as well, didn't it? You know, oh, blimmin' hell, I don't know what to say about it, you know. I'm thinking there's a good possibility that something significant could happen today. Today now, I'm saying today. So anyway, what else do I want to say? Oh, we'll get onto this here in a second. Let's take a step back a minute, because actually, while I'm on the Maypole, let's just look at an image of a Maypole here, and this is in Wikipedia, right? You know, again, here with the ring, the crown, and the ribbons coming off of it. Okay, and you'll see this with references to laces and all that kind of stuff. It's interesting, isn't it? Anyway, there was one in here. Oh, here it is. This is somewhere in Lincolnshire. This is a maypole that has been turned into a ladder. This just had to be in Wikipedia, didn't it? Interesting. What else do I want to say? If you look at this thing as well, we've got the pyramid from it, yeah. Okay, we've got the triangle again, and that's actually the upward triangle of man right there, of Adam. But it is a little bit like the sun would be here, yeah, and these are you've probably seen them poking through clouds, the corpuscular rays. I mean, I'm telling you, the symbolism is pretty much everywhere. Let's click through some of these other ones. The red flag. The red flag. Another. Yeah, that's interesting. That's the St. George's Cross. Yeah, anyway. I think I've done that little bit to death. Let's go back to the ladder. So anyway, so this thing is a ladder as well. Let's not forget that. And the wires coming off of it, like the telegraph pole again. So we're back to the telephone references and the phone booth references and all the the AT&T reference, the bell. Let's go to I've got that up. This is the phone company, AT&T, yeah. This is their old logo, the bell, yeah. Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone, right? The bell. It has a bell. It rings a bell. You talk into one end of the bell and it makes a sound. The speaker is a bell, yeah. This is the speaker getting blown up in the start of Back to the Future. Anyway, let me just backtrack. Okay, the ladder here, the ladder here, and I've been trying to get to this link between the Golden Gate Bridge and the Hoover Dam, because they show these things together quite a bit in films, and so I've been sitting on this for a little while now, and this is the answer to that question. I think is this dam here. Let me get off of this picture. We'll come back to this picture in just a second. This is the St. Francis Dam, right? And it's located in San Francisco Canyon. That's a mouthful to say. But we've got a link now to a dam. This is a dam disaster, by the way. We've got a link to a dam disaster which links back to San Francisco in one kind of a way, and we've also got this link to St. Francis, yeah, or France again, and we've got so many links to France. It's just unbelievable, really. Princess Diana dying in France, middle name Francis. The Statue of Liberty comes from France. Diana looks like the Statue of Liberty in the face, the same as Elvis does as well. What else? We've got the Maid of Lorraine, Joan of Arc, the Arc being the dam, Joan of Arc. I mean, the decimal system, yeah, the fictional system comes from France. So we've got this link to France being the fictional side of that thing, yeah. you know, Normandy, no Mandy, no man, yeah, no man's land in Normandy. Anyway, I'm getting off track again already. Just bear in mind this 431 people killed or supposedly killed is built back in the 1920s, yeah, and so and it doesn't last very long before it falls down, so it predates the Hoover Dam by a few years. I don't know what to say, but let's just look at one thing. This is super interesting. William Mulholland, right? And now I'm going to link to some stuff here now. I'm going to link to The Who, and this is Who's Next. This is the album cover for Who's Next, and yeah, they've just taken a whiz up against the side of the monolith. Well, this monolith, let's look where this monolith pops up. Okay, let's look at the pictures. So here's a picture of the dam before, and here's your ladder. This is called a stair-step dam. Here's your ladder, the stairway to heaven. Led Zeppelin. Okay, here it is, and they actually demolish this. They end up demolishing this thing because some kid gets killed on it, I think. But let's see a better picture of it. Right here. Here we go. They've just taken a whiz up against the side of it. This is, you know, I mean, you just can't write this stuff. Maybe I read too much into this stuff, but you just, I mean, anyway. So, I mean, why was I even looking at this the other day? Well, this Lady Gaga video called Replay. This is what we're going to be seeing right now, the replay of everything. They kind of sort of semi-sample it. They kind of copied the start of this song right at the start of this blooming. See if I can play a little. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I mean, so the Lady Gaga stuff is loaded, and like I said, you know, I mean, look, lady, right, and then take the A off the end and call A Adam, yeah. That's what Adam is. That's the start of the alphabet. That's man. Lady Gag Adam. Yeah, Lady Gag ah. That's what the dam is. It's a gag. Yeah. You're gagged. You don't get. You're not free. Yeah. You've been gagged. You're the gimp. With the down in the bloody basement of Zed. Yeah. That's where you are right now, okay? You're in that box. Or I don't keep saying you're in the box. We are. Mankind is in the box, yeah? Anyway, replay. Yeah, well, that's what we're going to see. This is a rebirth, a replay, right? So anyway, this video's loaded. Ain't got time to go into it. There's some stuff in here. There's some references to some numbers. I really don't have time. You know, here's the Wolves cat coming in on her, like in A New Hope. We've got the octopus thing coming out of her mouth. An 8-1 reference right there. You know, it's Lady Gaga stuff, you know. But anyway, I'm like, you know what I need to go do? I need to look at CSI Vegas, yeah, because that's where the CSI thing started. They use the Who. The Who has, it has the RAF symbol. Again, we're back to Dam Busters. We're back to that number 143, and the number of people that were just killed was a rearrangement of that number in the St. Francis Dam thing. So I'm like, let's look at CSI, right? So I go to this title thing, you know, and of course we've got we've got to have the monolith, you know, or what this also reminds me of is the bar, yeah, bar when you win. It can't, I don't know. Anyway, white letters inside a thingamajigabobber there. That kind of idea. But the 3 bars right now, the 3 city-states that are controlling the whole world, yeah, Okay, that's the bars that you are behind, yeah? Your cousin Joey, Jailbird Joey, yeah? You're behind bars. And the bar, again, if I forget to mention this, this is the bar right here coming across coming across here, yeah? You can't get out. Look, let's look at the Ghostbusters one. Here's the bar trapping you. This is you. This is me. This is us. This is man right here. The ghost is man, yeah? Look, we've even got the little Elvis quiff. Lovely. Or the Donald Trump blowing off hair there. That's man right there, right? Yeah. Oh dear. We've become white as a ghost. We've turned into a ghost. Yeah. There's no blood flowing no more, right? Anyway, getting sidetracked. Completely forgot what I was just on. CSI. Let's get back to CSI. Let's just pick up the main character guy. And his proper name. If I could get back on it. William Peterson. So let's look up William Peterson, right? Because with a name like William Peterson, that's what we need to look up, right? Okay, here we go. Yeah, okay. So he's playing Gil Grissom. Yeah, Gil. He needs gills to breathe. You know, geez, I don't know. Born February 221. Okay, or 212, depending on the way you want to put the month around. Born in Evanston. Yeah, this is the thing, you know, the even stone, the Eve and the An, which makes a balanced thing, yeah? So, Evan, yeah, balanced, even, Evan Almighty. This is what the message is, to me anyway, that's the message. Anyway, let's just look at his filmography because this is where I wanted to go with this. Some interesting stuff, but I wanted to click on this one. Mulholland Falls. Look at this one as well. To Live and Die in LA. Kind of reminds me of... I don't have it up here, do I? Oh, no. Live and Let Die. I don't want to do... No, that doesn't link to that. But it does link to it, but kind of reminds me of James Bond. But Mulholland Falls. Yeah? Don't know what this is. But it would have to have Jennifer Connelly, wouldn't it? Unbelievable. Anyway. Well, stuck in the labyrinth. I don't know what else to say. The very fact Mulholland Falls is, you know, I probably need to go look at this film, but anyway, the very fact that he's in that is interesting. And let's just press the back button because there's something else interesting that he's in. Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. And what was just talking about Evan. Here's Evan Almighty himself. With Elizabeth Swann. Darth Vader's stand-in other half. You know, what else to say? Noah is right here, and he's in another End of the World thing. Steve Carell. Okay, I think I've done that to death, you know. Oh, he's playing Glenn in that. Look at that. Glenn. The valley. The place where the water flows through. Okay, the V. The place where you're from. Okay, I'm pretty much done with... Oh yeah, and what is I can't remember what, the Meadows or something, isn't it? Vegas. So turning the cows back out to pasture on the meadow. Interesting, isn't it? And how everybody goes on about us being chattel, and being turned back out to pasture. Isn't it interesting? Oh dear. All right, we've done that to death. Let's go on to someone else now. Okay, so the final part in this, we're going to link back to the whole Maypole thing with two things here, right? Let's do Men in Hats first. Men Without Hats, sorry. Okay, you'll know the safety dance, yeah? Surely everybody knows the safety dance. The reason why I got onto this is because it was referenced in Wikipedia under May Day or something, right? This and a couple of other things and a Doctor Who episode, right? And I said, well, I'm going to look at Safety Dance, yeah, because that's quite a popular song, and I'm going to look at the Doctor Who thing, right? Because that's quite popular as well. So I'm on Men Without Hats, and this video, you know, it's fairly loaded, you know. Here we go, start the video. We've already got a bloody some kind of Space Needly thing at the here in the background. They're running through a field. Him and this little jester character guy with the diamonds on, you know, and the 3 horns sticking out of his head, the 3 bars, you know, the 3 legs. He's the Joker, you know, the little Joker. It's Joe Biden, the Joker, yeah. And they're at a fork in the road, and the video's fairly loaded, you know, and we've got you see that, the red drapery again. It kind of reminds me of the Lady Gaga one, and we're back to the Golden Gate Bridge. God, if I could get my words out, come on. But you know, you'll see on his shirt there the logo. Well, we've gone by it now. Here we go again. You know, we've got some crosses here, the double T. You know, I mean, the video's fairly laden with interesting bits and bobs. Can we move on? Come on. Anyway, I don't want to spend too long on it. Here's the Maypole, right? So we've got the Maypole in it, and what did I want to get to? So we've got the Maypole reference, right, in Safety Dance. I'm going to show you something else about these guys in without hats, right? Come on, come on, come on. Now, this guy, we're right at the end of the music video. He's looking up like, uh-oh, what's going on? And so this is going to be difficult to get to, but hopefully I can do it. This will just blow your mind. I mean, why even stick this on the end of a video? So I think this might be an RAF plane actually, because we've got it looks like it could be an RAF symbol in there. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, we've got the rocket being launched, the missile. I tell you, just can't write this stuff. Actually, I'm going to play it and try and stop it very quickly, because this is so quick, you can't hardly... We've got some old codgers there. I don't really know what the reference is here. Anybody got any ideas? Drop the comment. This is interesting. This is a double cross. I don't know what this is. Some kind of Scud missile type thing. I'm not up on the missiles, but anyway. It's being obviously fired probably from a submarine or somewhere. Super interesting again with a double cross, yeah, and the Leviathan cross, yeah. It's probably been launched from a Leviathan class submarine or whatever they call them. Here's the bloody ladder again on the haystack, yeah. Yeah. Interesting, isn't it? Another missile, which we kind of missed there, and then we come to this guy horseshoeing. And the horseshoe again is the dam, the horseshoe dam, yeah? The horseshoe is the same shape, that U shape is the thing you're stuck in. Oh, it's just interesting, isn't it? Why is that on the end of this video? Well, let's look at their logo real quick. Sorry, this is so long. Ah, don't tell me I don't have it up here. Come on, here it is. Look at this. Interesting again. The man stuck behind the bar. And again, we've got the bowler hat on, bit like Clockwork Orange here. The bowler hat and Clockwork Orange is loaded as well. The bowler hat, the bowl that you're in. The bowl contains, it's the cup of Christ, yeah? It contains man. That's what we're stuck in. And of course, we just talked about this one, you know, the bar again, the Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters is loaded. Here's the Hoover, the Hoover logo, the vacuum company, yeah. And This is the Cologne or Köln FC logo that was shone up on the Hoover Dam in a light show. Just can't write this stuff. Anyway, one more thing to mention about May Day is A View to a Kill. We've got Zoran here with May Day, this character. May Day ends up dying in the Zoran double crosses May Day and double crosses May Day, and she ends up turning on him basically in the end, and she dies, gets blown up by the bomb. Yeah. Okay, there's several things that happen in this film. We've got the Zeppelin, the Led Zeppelin blimp thing crashing into the Golden Gate Bridge. We've got this gal's place is the White House. We've got the lake draining and the fishermen being left in the lake. It's all kicks off in Paris. I'm pretty sure it kicks off in Paris at the Eiffel. Yeah, he's on the Eiffel Tower here, and she's out. I believe it's a fishing rod or something, killing somebody with a fishing rod. Fishing, of all things. If we could get it water related, brilliant, It's fairly loaded, We've even got some horse racing referenced in here, like the Triple Crown, yeah. What else to say? I'm going to leave that, but the whole, this whole thing again is that whole thing just sits with me, the May Day thing, along with the Golden Gate Bridge. Anyway, right, I think I've pretty much done everything to death here. The very last thing, and this will take probably another few minutes. Again, this was another lead-in from the May. This was on the May Day celebration thing, or the Maypole thing, Maypole Wikipedia, and this is Doctor Who, And let me just show you something here again. Right, let me just re-show you this. This thing here. So we've got the Doctor, the thing that brings you, births you, yeah, like you're gonna, like your birth certificate person, yeah, and so you're in the dock right now, yeah, and who, Doctor Who, it's got to be looked at, and these things here, I'm telling you, the Daleks are based off of these. They've got to be. They just have to be. Let's look at a picture of a Dalek. Okay, we don't want that. Where is my picture of my Daleks? Come on. Down here. No. Daleks, here we go. They've got to be based off of it. I mean, look at it. We've even got the sides kind of, the flat sides going around the base. We've got a plunger, of all things, on the front of this thing. We've got a plunger. There's what do you need a plunger for? A plunger to unplug the blockage, yeah? To allow man to flow again. These are the bad guys in the film, right? We've got the domes. The dome is the dam. D-O-M. Dome. With the neon. Dome. Dom, should I say. Dom. Like Dom Perignon. And Dom Perignon shows up in a ton of stuff, and I've talked about that before with the shield. The shield is the dam, yeah. And so here we go with the domes over everything, yeah. Dome, the dam, the place where we're from. Okay, we've got the electrical insulator feel about this. What is produced at the Hoover Dam? 1.21 gigawatts. I don't know this for a fact, but I'm pretty sure around about 1955, the Hoover Dam would have been producing somewhere in the region of 1.21 gigawatts. I could call them a gigawatt now. It's a gigawatt, but whatever. What else have we got? We've got the high tension electrical insulator again for the middle eye here. Yeah, The eye where we're going to shoot out of. We're stuck. There's the Daleks. They're the sentries on the gates of the dam, yeah? On the gates of the dam. Dear, oh dear. That's what they are. They're the sentries. And we've got quite a few references to the scents, you know. I don't know where to take it from here, but let's go now with the Doctor Who thing, and there's an episode that features a Maypole, and it's based around that time of year, Beltane, May Day, that time of year, and it's called the Demons, right? Or the Daemons, yeah. The moon that's in the day. Okay, man would be the day. Moon would normally be at night. Well, it does come out in the day, but when it does come out in the day and it's unbalanced, the moon that comes out in the day that blocks the sun, that's the demon, the day moon. Dear, oh dear. Anyway, the Demons is the fifth and final series. I don't know if I should be saying Daemons or Demons there, really. But is the fifth and final series of the 8th season, yeah? So we've got a 5/8 reference straight away. I don't know what this is, whether this is it's number 59 or what, I'm not quite sure. But anyway, we've got a 5/9 reference, Mother's Day, yeah? The next day, the day after. Okay, what else do I want to go down through here? Season 8. Oh, preceded by Colony in Space, yeah? Colony. The column. The column is the columns that have already come down. That's preceding what's going on now, right? In Space. Space Odyssey, yeah? Right here. And then we've got the Day of the Daleks, right? Yeah? Followed by the Day of the Daleks. That's the only thing that's going to be left standing, I suppose. Maybe if the dam was to come down. Oh dear. Anyway, what I want to show you, right, is that okay. So what's basically happening in this I don't know what you call it, episode or this story, right, is that basically what's happening is they're summoning the devil, basically. And so we'll go through a clip of it bit by bit, and I'll show you some interesting stuff. But that's basically what's happening, right? And it's set around Beltane, right? And so, of course, some interesting stuff comes up. So, especially this guy right here, yeah. And these are your three guys. Here's a gargoyle type guy. Here is Peter Pan, or the bad guy, which I would argue is that this guy's been demonized because he's the natural guy, you know, the scruffy looking, but he's the demon, yeah. That's the demon, right? The Doctor is the good guy in this, right? You can you flip this stuff around any which way, right? But this is what the system will want you to believe. Is they will want you to believe that all these rituals are about summoning the devil, yeah? When really what's being said, the truth of the matter is, it's really about rebirthing man and rebirthing the fictional system. And those two things will be in balance again, and while we will cycle back out of balance, we'll spiral back down out of balance, being rebound by the Maypole, yeah. And the bandages that are around man, you know, when you see all those images in like I, Pet, where the Lady Gaga thing, where the man is bandaged and turned into a mummy, yeah, you're turned into the mother when you are swaddled and bandaged. Like I said, you just can't write this stuff, you know. But anyway, let's go to the clip and just go through it, because there's some really interesting stuff. We've done Men Without Hats. Let's go to this. We start off at the clock tower. This is, again, another interface with the fiction is a church, the same as the towns. This would have been at the town centre of olden days, preceding the courthouse nowadays. It's got the clock on it. It's the control centre. So let's just go through it. I've got about 5 or 6 time settings to hit here. Right here, yeah, we've got the inlet towers. We've got the Space Needle again in some opening sequence here. Let's go to 1. So there's some interesting stuff said, and this is worth a watch. But right here at 120. Oh, actually back here somewhere. Well, actually I don't know where it is, but I'll tell you what he says. The archaeologists, so they're doing a archaeological dig, right? And this is basically what's going to unleash the devil, right? And so I don't know if you can make this out, but there's a big rock that's fairly round shaped, like roll, and I think it's a tomb behind there, yeah. So they're moving the rock out from the tomb, and this dude happens to mention that this will be the biggest archaeological find since Sutton Hoo. And if you're English, you'll probably know what Sutton Hoo is. That was, I believe, an old. Again, it's a king reference. It's an old. I think it's an old Anglo-Saxon king, buried with his, all his gold and his helmets and all this other stuff. We were taught it in school in a big burial mound somewhere in Suffolk, anyway. It was a big archaeological find anyway. Anyway, it has to mention it, and of course it's got the who. So what happens is, look at the timestamp here as well, 121. They open up they roll the stone away from the tomb entrance, and this stuff starts pouring out. It's kind of dirt and dust, but it kind of looks like water gushing through the hole. Okay, and we've got the film cameras filming the whole event, So that's interesting. So will the event be filmed? This is the bad guy. He's the guy summoning the devil. I want to go to 142 next. I've written these down because, and here we are. So this is the gargoyle that comes alive, and actually, gosh, and the thing turns. These light up, but you know where this is out of? Let's look. And it's a pretty similar look. I mean, probably all gargoyles probably look pretty similar, but let's go to it. You may have seen it earlier. I may have clicked on it. This scene in I, Pet Goat 2, right? When Jesus is reborn, the Christ is reborn from where? The Cologne Cathedral, yeah, which is going to fall down. That is the dam. That is Notre Dame there. A reference to Mary again. This is Notre Dame and Cologne Cathedral rolled into one, is what I think. And this thing collapses, yeah. The 2 towers of Cologne and the window of Notre Dame, yeah. The rose window, yeah. Mary the Rose Mary, yeah. Rosemary. And again, man will rise. So man has rose, yeah, from Mary. I mean, oh God, it's all around in circles. Round and round we go. But anyway, I thought that was interesting that was in I, Pet Goat. This dude. Oh dear. Let's do one more little bit here, because I got to get this wrapped up and put on. Okay, they're doing the Maypole dancing with the Morris men, the MMs, the Morris men. There's dude come to life there, but anyway, you can kind of see. I don't know if you can see the Maypole in the background or not, but anyway, that's what's going on there. So that's our Maypole reference, and they do mention Beltane in it, and here's the dude. Here he is, the goat, being reborn, the greatest of all time. The greatest of all time, the GOAT, the greatest of all time is Christ, is God. That's who's going to be reborn within everybody. But the system always wants to push the fear factor, yeah? That's what it wants to push. It wants to put you in a state of panic and fear. That's how it controls you. Fear is how it controls you, yeah? So that's the state that it wants to put you in. Anyway, we've got a few other bits and bobs in here. At some point, we have a van blow up, so that's interesting. And there's also a helicopter explosion in there as well. Oh, and I think the whole church does something funny. Look, here it is. Kind of blows up as well. I haven't seen the show. This is just the trailer for it, yeah? Anyway, super interesting. I'll tell you something else that's interesting. The Doctor, Doctor Who, here he is, John Pertwee, and we just saw the Who peeing on the dam, well, the monolith, what was left of the dam. Okay, and here we are. Here he is, Pertwee, John Pertwee. Okay, I don't think there's anything else I could say about it really. No, that's Peterson, Beltane, Maypole. I don't even know if this is him here now. Yeah, John Pertwee. Okay. Anything else to say? He was a sailor as well. That's interesting. Let me just whiz through these. Let's just look at the logos one more time. Okay. The bar, the bar, the bar, the bar. And if you watch Madonna, if you watch her music video for Holiday, what is May Day? It's a holiday, right? And Madonna stuff's loaded. But if you watch Madonna, right, watch that one. I swear it's an Ebenezer Scrooge in the background in that music video, yeah? The bar, again, the bar humbug, the humming bug, the doodle bug that's going to blitz the Hoover Dam, the Dam Busters raid. Okay, I know that's all around the wrong way, but whatever. This is the thing, the bell, okay, the Beltane, yeah? Beltane. We're missing an N and an E. Oh well. Yeah, that's it for this video. I think I've covered everything. I hope I haven't missed anything out. No doubt I have. But anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I will. Well, let's hope nothing too major goes on. It'll probably just. I could imagine something. Maybe a fire somewhere. A bonfire type situation. Something on fire. I don't know. Maybe a turbine will catch on fire at the Hoover Dam and cause a big leak or something. You know what I mean? Through one of the shafts there. I mean, who knows what the hell happened? But anyway, that's it for this one. Thank you, and thank you if you made it to the end of the video and listened. Have a good one, I guess, people. Cheers. Bye.